Pep Talk Tuesday with special guest Traci and Bill Vanderbush.
Hey guys, we're so honored today to be a part of Kathleen Golden's Pep Talk.
Yay!
So thank you, Kathleen, for inviting us to do this. So today
And in the spirit of Texas tradition, we've got our tea.
It's a Jesus and a tea kind of day. So
Was that a song?
No, but I could probably make it into a song.
You should.
So what's on my mind today?
That's pretty cool.
Kathleen, thank you. Kathleen said something on one of her videos, one of her pep talks about, it's something that Felicia Matthews says, and she talks about the verse, lift up your head, O ye gates. And there's scriptures about look up.
Be lifted up, everlasting
Be
doors.
lifted up. So I was reminded of a science study that I saw. I was reading an article about science and these scientists that did this study, like a little experiment, and they got people together and they said, hey, we want you to think about a negative thought, but as you think about that negative thought,
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. Not a good idea. Don't do it.
Very
There's enough
study.
of them out there. Like, it's too easy to think negative thoughts.
That's right.
But they had people look down, and they had some people look straight ahead, and then they had another group of people look up while they're thinking the negative thought. And they actually found that chemically there was something that happened when they looked up. They didn't quite feel as impacted by the negative thought. So a little bit of science, you know, that there's actually something to lifting up your eyes, look up, look up.
Getting a revelation right now as you're saying this,
Yeah.
because I'm thinking, you know, we so often spend our time on cell phones, and how do we do that? We look down.
Looking
A chiropractor was telling me that that he's seeing increased problems with people who are just spending so much time on their phones that it's affecting their neck because we spend so much time looking down. How much negative news do we read when we're looking down at our phones? Maybe that's why it impacts us more. Maybe that's why, you know, people are suffering with depression in some ways that they are. Just an interesting thought. Just
And
thinking
yeah,
off the
and
top of
there's
my head.
really so much good happening in the world. It's just that we don't get to really hear about it because we tend to, well, hey, news, I mean, the bad news sells, right? So
It's
everybody
hard to drink sweet tea while looking down. You can't do it. It's like tea is,
Gotta look
no
up
wonder
and
you're so
drink,
encouraged by this stuff. Tea's just automatically encouraging. It forces you
Yeah.
to have to look up or you'll drown.
On that note, about looking up, one last thought that I want to share. For me, I grew up with a lot of phrases like, I can't afford that, I could never have that, or I could never do, or we couldn't do. And I grew up, you know, my family was poor. My mom was 15 when she got pregnant with me, and like, my mom and dad, they are amazing people. They are still together today, which they beat the odds. But I gotta tell you, like, there's something that happened when I shifted my thinking and I started, like, it actually happened a few years ago. I was just thinking about all the things I couldn't do or all the things we couldn't afford. And I felt like the Lord said, do you believe me or not? Do you trust me? Like, you go to church and you sing those songs, all things are possible, and how amazing God is. And then with your language, you totally contradict that all week long. No,
You?
me. This is what
You.
I felt like God was saying to me. And so I took that challenge. I felt like I'm going to change the way that I speak, the language, the words that I use. And I just started saying, yeah, I could do that. Or yeah, that's possible. God can do anything. And ever since I did that, I've seen a huge shift in my life. And that doesn't mean bad things don't happen, and it doesn't mean you don't have challenges and financial challenges, but things have shifted. So I want to encourage you, look up, keep your eyes up. You are one with Christ. He did that by the power of his Holy Spirit. You're one with God through Christ by the power of the Holy Spirit. So we have
Lift
a lot
up your
to
heads,
think.
drink some sweet tea, and the King of Glory will
Yes.
come in strong and mighty on your behalf.
Yes.
Love you all.